graduated University of Baltimore, and I got out. Thank you. I got out, and I became the executive director of legal aid of Prince George's County. When I first got out, I did that for a couple of years, and after that, I went to a law firm in Lanham, and I'm a panel public defender. Yeah, past president, Democratic Club for Calvert County. Yeah, let's hear it for Calvert County. I'm telling you, we were 100% Democrat back then, in those days. And the Democratic Central Committee for years, too. In addition to doing church work and so on and so forth. In any case, that's stuff that I've done. So, when I'm at it, you know, I think I'm a comedian, right? And, you know, comedians, we love other comedians. One of my favorites was Robin Williams. Huh? One of the great comedians of all time. And he died. He committed suicide because he was depressed for years and years. I've been depressed for years and years, too. I remember the day I became depressed. The moment I became depressed. It's when the preacher said, I now pronounce you man and wife.
Today, before I left the house, I'm brushing my teeth, and I'm like, oh, this tastes terrible. I look down, it's preparation H. Yeah, I'm brushing my teeth with hemorrhoid cream. So now my gum line's receding, but my butt is minty fresh. Speaking of my butt, I did go out and buy myself a pair of thong panties. But that was a big mistake, because my white butt in that thong looked like a head of cauliflower wearing a rubber band. Yeah, I threw those drawers in the trash. You know, I have to stop looking at myself in the mirror when I'm wearing my glasses, because I start to see things I never noticed before. Like, since when have these varicose veins been popping out of my legs? Holy cow, the back of my calves look like Google Maps. But you know something, this summer I'm still going to wear shorts. I want to be comfortable. And besides, I figure those varicose veins will bring out the blue in my eyes. Yes, indeed. But, you know, I'm changing as I'm getting older. For one thing, I am shrinking. I am so short now that when I take a shower, half the water evaporates before it even gets to me. I gotta jump up and down just to get the top of my forehead wet. And now I'm so short when I take a bath, I have to do it standing up. Otherwise, I might drown. I'm the only girl I know who has to keep a life preserver next to the tub. I'll tell you, man, it is hard being short.
Hello.
I mean, every day.
Hello. Did you say life? Life. So let me get this. So you think life is here to stay? Okay. Maybe I should ask you that in a different way. So, you think life is that fancy of a hat you have on your head. And I'm thinking something so original instead. Oh, so you think life is that bomb jacket that you wear. And I'm thinking, with that on, it ain't going nowhere. So you think life is that big body with the spinning wheels sitting on fours. And here I am, thinking life is just a ball. Wow. So you think life is that big mansion of a house you brought up on top of the hill. Okay. I'm thinking, sounds like a real deal will. Goodbye. Hold up. Did you just say goodbye? Give me a moment as I wipe the tears from my eye. Wait a minute. So, you telling me life is a fancy casket like your hat? Oh, you didn't tell me life was expensive like your jacket. Okay. You didn't tell me life was skinny, that casket like your jeans. Wow. You didn't tell me your casket was going to be on wheels like your ride. Okay. You didn't tell me your casket was going to be a small mansion house that only you can fit inside. Remember when I asked you, do you think life is here to stay? Maybe I should have asked you, do you think life would ever end? And then I could have told you that I love you my friend. Life. I want y'all to think about it. Right, Pastor? We want to think about it.
Every night in the building, baby. Stacking it up in Tetris, killing young and reckless. Pick up in at the breakfast, scratching it off in the checklist. Stacking it up in Tetris, killing young and reckless. Pick up in at the breakfast, scratching it off in the checklist. See, all I ever know is just to go and get it. I hustled all my life trying to support my living. They won't be a minute trying to keep me out the business. I'm running through the trap because I'm working on my fitness. All I ever know is just to go and get it. I hustled all my life trying to support my living. They won't be a minute trying to keep me out the business. I'm running through the trap because I'm working on my fitness. I ain't got no choice, I gotta hustle like a phoenix. Tickets dying every day, that's why I go to Nina. Other shit don't she giving notice like she Regina. I point my finger, make it happen, guess that I'm Sabrina. Looking just like I look like Cardi. You set it off like Sony. Like Mage, I be calling off the body. Think of back in the future like Marty. Scott hit the spot and I'm lit. All about the bitches like Diddy. Got beats in the track like Nick. I get rich on dime like 50. I get it back and then roll it on break. I'm hitting the block and I come with the yet. Come on, Bree. You know that I got it, they calling me Jack. If you come from edge, you get hit with a K. Stacking it up like Tetris. Killing young and reckless. Pick up in at the breakfast. Scratching it off in the checklist. Stacking it up like Tetris. Killing young and reckless. Pick up in at the breakfast. Scratching it off in the checklist. See, all I ever know is just to go and get it. I hustled all my life trying to support.
It's a karaoke machine? Okay. Y'all got an attitude. Y'all just got out of service. That's late service. I know how that go. You know how that go, bro. You know how that. That's why you ain't go. You ain't been in church in a minute. Late service is a joke. I don't know. Hey, Pastor, can you do me a favor? Can you say a prayer of strength for this table right here? This table has been through some stuff. Any minute now, I'm telling you, somebody gonna have an attitude because that macaroni and cheese gonna be on the floor. You just gonna laugh, you ain't gonna pray for it, all right? You don't pray for tables? Not for tables. Alright, well pray for whoever table it is. Pray that they get a new one, somebody donate them something. What y'all used to play cards on this? Dominoes, yeah, that's the dominoes. They slam them dominoes in there. Somebody heavy-handed, I'm gonna slam the dominoes through that. Ain't no support in the middle of that table. Oh man, this is crazy. It's hard to concentrate because at any moment I can hear that leather rip. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That's it. What kind of juice is that?
That's grape drink.
That's grape drink? That's black people's favorite thing, ain't it? Grape drink. You don't know what it is. What kind of Kool-Aid you like? You don't know what flavor it is, you know the color. You like red Kool-Aid, bro?
Yeah, red all day.
Alright. That's cool. You drink the match outfit?
I
do. That's cool. For that. I ain't gonna be long because they ain't telling me this was like, this feel like a halfway house graduation. I don't know who coming home, but this like job corps graduate, job corps. You don't get the whole thing. Let me throw a surprise party. That cousin don't nobody really like. Grandma done forced us all to be here. Yeah, you better show up. Ain't none of y'all getting up for Christmas. Huh? You thought you were taking a test? It's like y'all judged for American Idol. The four. There's only about 4 of us in here. Oh man.
What you doing? Say Rivers is the name. What you doing for? Cause I ain't got no choice. So who you speaking for? The ones that got no voice. Shorty really on my joy. Yeah, we smoke loud, we with all the noise. Everybody said they real. That's really something real to us. She told me that she loved me. I really couldn't care enough. I know they act tough. I really think they scared of us. I'm on another level. These dudes, they can't compare to us. say Rivers, I live up to it. I know you heard the hype. I keep my circle small. I'm talking virgin type. My homie told me you could double up if you start right. And if you got the cash now, you get served at 9. I heard they only rockin' with you if you poppin'. If you ain't help me get it, I ain't giving when I got it. They always talking about me, so I guess I be the topic. And I'm running through the red lights, I don't believe in stopping. Flexing on the gram, in real life know you struggling. So just stop acting forward, cause I don't know you nothing. I was never part-time, all I know is hustling. It's only that I'm weak gon' go, but I won't go for nothing. Put the hood on, I gotta do that definitely. You got it, bro, that's what my homie keep on telling me. I just really hope the Lord keep on blessing me. Do a donut out the lot, remember riding 7D. What you do it for, cause I ain't got no choice. So who you speaking for? The one thing
is a generation's call. Our ancestors have made their mark and gone on. The time is now. Wake up, or we all gonna fall. We are the fallen generations of a deeply spirited tribe. We bite the bullet, sell each other out for a little bit of government assistance. We always take the bribe. They say our future is hopeless, destroyed, stamped. We are the headlines written on the front page. How can I live with myself when statistics shows that our youth is not making it to see my age? Our youth is strung out, abusing schoolweed, dippers, Molly, all types of substance pills like never before. Too detached from our roots, so I get it. No education, no discipline, no church, right, Pastor? And no chores. We like to blame the white man, the Chinese man, even the Spanish man, when we tend to fall. But take a look in our neighborhoods. Tell me, who really makes the call? We like to fight and argue with each other. Some go so far as to kill. Right outside my door, my sisters, my brothers, standing on the corner all night long, laughing, drinking, crapping, selling your own family the poison that makes us ill. So I'm doing a generations call. Baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, wake up, or we all gonna fall. Check this out. The 6 o'clock news tells a story of another John Doe lying in the morgue, found in an abandoned building dead. Everybody knows who killed him. It's my Uncle Leroy, but who cares? He's just another crackhead. One guy gives my father his condolences, stating, "If you need me, man, let me know," as he tries to explain. But I can see it on his face. He didn't really come to help. I'm young, but I'm no fool. He's the one who sold him the cocaine. Just 2 weeks ago, little Ike's mother was found in a pool of blood, face down in an alley. Everybody knows her as the neighborhood hoe. I used to look out my window as they played the music real loud just to laugh at her as she dropped it low. Yeah. She didn't mind selling her ass for a $5 blast. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, young blood? Yeah. The gas is off. The kids are hungry. And the food stamp card is in the dope man's pocket. So what? He has the keys to her house. Because she gives the best head. But he dare tell the block where he goes to get rocking. Miss Judy's gone now. And everybody's feeling hurt and ashamed. But guess what? Nobody would turn the dope man in. Because they still looking at the white man to blame. So I'm doing a generations call. Baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, wake up, or we all gonna fall. Y'all know Lisa. In her late 20s. She has 8 kids. Her oldest is 12. Now she's bearing a child. But nobody knows that the baby daddy is her own father. He did 20 years in the penitentiary. He's a registered pedophile. It's no secret. I get degraded by the dudes I see every day. Thought, hood rat, alley cat. They say, yeah, here comes that project chick. But behind closed doors, he loves me all night long. But in front of his homies, he laughs about what we shared. Because that's how he get his kicks. Sure I do. I love that dude. But he loved all the girls around the way. Rest in peace, Big Mo. Because 3 weeks later, a bullet to the head was his next date. So I'm doing a generations call. And I'm going to keep on calling again, again, and again. Baby boomers, Generation X, millennials. I'm not going to give up. Not until we win. There's a serious issue that needs our attention. And right now, it's so very necessary. So let's put away the tears. Dig deep down inside. Find that family structure. Well, guess what? We all going to be buried. We got a lot of work to do. I'm talking about peace. I'm talking about love. I'm talking about truth. I'm talking about freedom. Let me not forget justice. And I know y'all out there thinking it's going to be kind of hard. But all we have to do is put our mind to it. Clean up our community. But first, hey, Pastor, we need to turn to God. Huh? So I'm doing a generations call. And I'm going to keep on calling. Again, again, and again. Baby boomers, Generation X. Millennials, we fell down. But guess what? We can get back up. This ain't the end. You hear what I'm saying? I'm doing a generations call. And I'm going to keep on calling. Again, again, and again. Baby boomers, Generation X, millennials. We fell down. But we can get back up. This ain't the end. My father used to tell me years ago, it's not the world that we're living in, but it's the sin that keeps us in this troubled place that we're in. So as I close this chapter, I want to venture into a new journey because I know it's not over yet. Baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, it's time we take a stand. Hear me, fellas. You need to support your families. And ladies, don't be mad at me. You need to stand by your man. You hear what I'm saying? Let's put down the guns. Pick up a book and get hooked. I'm talking about demonstration, motivation, inspiration, dedication. I am trying to educate you. Because it's not over yet. Do you hear me, generations? I said, it's not over yet. I want everybody in the room today. If you're here, you're here for a reason. Unity in the community. I want you to touch somebody right now. Touch somebody right now. Let them know that you love them. And tell them, it's not over yet. Come on, say it with me. It's not over yet. One more time. It's not over yet.
Again, my name is Jeffrey Rascoe. My dad is Joshua Rascoe, who he and which one we call you? I know you got different names. Miss Walker, Queen. He and Miss Walker put this together. What I do is, by day, I run the I work for C. Sosa in DC. I run the substance abuse groups for returning citizens. I like to say I tricked them in taking my job because they brought me in to tell brothers not to do drugs. But what I did every day, I try to give them life lessons to take from my group. So, because I believe that the life lessons will lead them on a different path other than drugs. So I don't even talk about drugs. So I talk about life lessons and relationships and support systems and things of that nature. They don't come to my group, so they don't know what I'm talking about. So that's what I talk to the fellas about. In my own time, on Monday evenings, I run the domestic violence groups right up the street at the Prince George's County Health Building. That's not something I get paid for. I do it because I saw a need and I decided to do it. Love those groups. Do the same thing with them. I don't talk about domestic violence. I talk about life lessons. Some of you may know I just finished a campaign where I was running for county council of District 9, Prince George's County. Thank you. There were 7 of us running for 1 seat. I came in 4th place. I'm going to keep it pushing. And I don't say I lost because I met some great people and I got my platform out there. And honestly, I was talking about a lot of things that the people who won weren't talking about, which means I got to keep fighting regarding our returning citizens, regarding domestic violence laws, regarding our community, period, because they want to bring new grocery stores. That's their big thing. They want to bring new grocery stores, but my campaign was grassroots, and I'm like, I got to help the people I see every day. So I keep pushing. I'm a founder of a nonprofit called CeMENting Foundations, where myself and my wife, Tanya over here, we founded a nonprofit called CeMENting Foundations, where our motto is we look to empower our family. It's to strengthen our families by empowering the men in those families, because we believe that whether the man is in the house or not, if you empower that man, you naturally empower the family, because that man feels better about himself and he can therefore do better for his family. And this is our 2nd year. We do a project called Classroom Closet. We do book bag and school supply drive. We don't give them directly to kids. We select teachers and we give them to the teachers to have in their classroom. So if this kid in the classroom runs out of supplies, you got supplies in your classroom closet. So we do that. And the last thing I'm going to say, I'm pass to the man on my right. I'm founder of the JRaz annual Father's Day Cookout. I started in 1998 at Anacostia Park. It's now at Roosevelt State Park. This year was our 20th year doing it. It is the longest running Father's Day event in the entire DMV. It's completely free. We do about 400 to 500 people every year. For people, I started it just to give men something to look forward to on Father's Day, because we all know Mother's Day you can't get a seat anywhere. But on Father's Day I found it myself, and at the time I was a single dad. Myself and all my friends that have kids, we had nothing to do on Father's Day, so I started a cookout with 3 or 4 of us at Anacostia Park, and now it's grown to, like I said, 400 to 500 people every year. If y'all around on Father's Day, y'all have no plans next year, come on through. And that's my story. Thank you.
My name is Earl, CEO of UMF Entertainment. A lot of things we do is like we deal with independent artists and give them platforms to perform on. Deal with the radio station, do interviews with the radio station, help artists get onto the stations, bigger platforms than they used to be on. As far as dealing with people every day, that's a normal thing. I'm trying to figure out how to put my conversation. But anyway, mainly that's what we do. We try to help out artists that, don't have a way to move themselves and be stuck. A lot of people say, I perform, they're handling with a performance, no venues. It's a closed situation. So we offer opportunities to perform at different venues all over DC. Wherever it's an opportunity and we can make it happen, we make it happen. So as far as our community and stuff, that's big for the artists that don't have that platform. And we just do our best. And what we try to do is treat everybody like a boss. A person, instead of downgrading and making the person feel less like they really need you, we on the same level. So we don't play bigger than them. We try to make everybody feel important. So if you have a problem or any type of situation that you want to deal with music-wise, you can call one of us and we can help you get where you're trying to go. And if we can't help you, we know someone that can. It's always an out. You're never stuck. As far as the community, you got something you want to ask? Anything?
What you need help with? How can we support you, support the artists?
The best thing with supporting us is just pointing them my way so that we can help them. Other than I mean, because you know you're not going to chase. You can't chase nobody that don't want to be chased. They got to want to help themselves. So when they come to you for the help, we can give it to them. But other than that, I mean, they just be stuck without guidance. But if you can direct them, and we'll show them the right way to get it done, as far as their budgeting and getting them, you know, copywritten, getting them registered as artists, so that they can progress to make money and move on instead of making music that don't have no out. They can generate revenue as far as artists. It's just instead of just being on shows and have no benefits of it. But it's also good for branding. So if an artist want to be branded, if you come through us, we're already branded. So when you come do a show with us, we have big events, and people get to see you that you never seen before. So it's also an out for that. I'm gonna pass it.
Everybody, everyone in this room, like off the top of my head, can call me, where they can go home, look in their closets, and go through and get bags of clothes that they don't wear anymore. They can call me and I can pick them up, and that would be a great help, because what I would do is I would then in turn forward those to persons who need them. Like I said, there's one men's shelter on Addison Road that's hidden away in the middle of a neighborhood, and there's one family shelter in our county, and there's not enough being done. I get free tickets to the Nats games. I tried to take the guys to the shelter, but the county wouldn't give us a van, so I wasn't able to take them. But I mean, I'm starting with my county, and I think we start as a county. If I can pour into 30 people, and those 30 people pour into 30 more people, then we can really start a movement. I'm not big on boycotting, like they say boycott Papa John is boycott. I'm not big on boycotting. I'm big on pouring into others so others can pour into others, and then we can make a statement that way. That's what I'm about.
Everybody's talking about change and the youth and what they want to do and how they want to do it, but they're offering no alternative, no way out. You just want to go in there and say, do this, do that, be this, change that. But what are you offering? What are you doing to make a difference, to help them get out that situation? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? You just offering, you're like a mother or father, you just yap, yap, yap. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, show them a different way. Give them, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot to, you know what I'm saying, be in the streets and getting all that money and then just walk away from it. You know? It's not that easy. I'm from the streets, and I know this might sound terrible. Two. This different? Yeah. Yeah, I'm from the streets and I made it out, so I know what it takes. So my approach is a little different. I don't go to the youngers and say, do this, or you should do this, or you should make this. You know, I just guide them. You know, I show them an alternative way. You're not just like going straight in and say, you know, trying to lead them where I know they should go, but you got to kind of alter their thinking. And once you get in their head, then you can start delivering them the things that they want to know or they need to know, because you got their attention. It's hard to get their attention, or at least keep it, you know. So once you get their attention, then you can offer alternative ways to, you know, make money or, you know, do it the right way. And what we offer is like, you know, business development, you know, get incorporated, not just running around looking for a record label, you know, saying trying to get signed, but, you know, getting your bank account, building your business credit, you know, getting a business loan, you know, market yourself, and that way you don't need a label. I used to work for a label. I know it's all set up. It's all rigged. The whole game is fake. For anybody that want to know, it's all fake. It's all smoke and mirrors. 80% of the guys that you see on TV dancing around with the cars and the videos, they all don't have nothing. It's all a game. They get paid to, you know what I'm saying, to lead our kids in the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? So all the kids they don't need school no more. They don't need a job. They just want to be entertainers. First it was football, basketball, but they found out you got to go to college. So now you got a bunch of illiterate people doing stupid things. You know what I'm saying? So as a people and us, we got to educate. We got to train the way of thinking, because it's as from kindergarten on to college, you're taught to be an employee. But other races, they don't do that. They teach wealth. They educate on wealth. They leave stuff behind. We run around. We don't have no health care, no life insurance. You know, other races, they leave $1 million life insurance policies to their kids. What will your child do starting off with $100,000 getting out of college? We leave debt because we're so worried about ourselves. Everything we hustling for is us. You know what I'm saying? So we got to, it starts with us, our thinking. We got to think different. We talking about the kids. That's a prophecy of us. That's how we live. That's how we live. So, of course, it's going to nickel down to our children. So we can't keep blaming them. I'm talking about the church, too. You get all this money. You get $3 million every Sunday. As soon as you get enough, you move your church into the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? And then you put the money in the white bank, and the white man, they give it to the land developers, and they close down your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So what are you doing with that Jesus money? You feel me? So everybody talking this real and this change, but you doing the same thing. I'm in the hood. You know, when it's time, when they shoot in Chicago, they call me. They call me and my man. We go in the trenches. Blood, Crips, GDs, whatever. We ain't scared. That's where we from. We out here scared of our own kids. You know what I'm saying? We scared. Soft. Our ancestors used to get hosed and bit by dogs, and all we doing is hashtag. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. That's why I told her I don't get on the mic. But I had these conversations with kids, you know what I'm saying, one-on-one. I don't need no exposure because I'm too truthful. And people don't want to hear my truth. They don't want to hear my truth. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is about being fake. Boost me up. Hype me up. Give me some, you know what I'm saying? Give me some motivation. Motivate yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you believe in a higher power, whatever you believe in, close your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Meditate. Pray, whatever you do. And ask for guidance. This body is a limitation of you. You know what I'm saying? We are spiritual beings. You know what I'm saying? Death is an illusion. You feel me? Everybody want to go to heaven, but they're scared to die. You feel me? So we got to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. We got to change, and we got to nickel it down. We got to teach different. We got to do different.
Heavenly Father, I thank you. I thank you, Father, for who you are and what you have already done and what you will continue to do, Father. There are people in this room right now who need answers. I pray, Father, in the name of your precious Son, Yeshua, Jesus, that you will answer those people who have a sincere cry out of your heart. And I ask you to move in your precious Son, Yeshua, Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. I got to give all honor to him first. I'm going to tell you why. Because like he said, I come from the same stuff he came from. Matter of fact, we used to beef back in the day. It's funny how God does things and how God brings things back around. So we can sit at the table together now. You hear what I'm saying? It's funny because Miss Walker tried to book me when we was in this. I'm just serious. Exactly. I'm just serious. But she gave me her number. I knew she was very creative and unique and eclectic because she wrote her number out. You know how people just put the digits? She wrote her number. I mean, matter of fact, she's this thing working? Hello? She spelled her number out. I was like, my goodness, okay. I thought I forgot about that. But all jokes aside, I grew up on Sheriff Road. I grew up in that area, Ebony and all that type of stuff. I was a professional drug dealer for a living. And I seen a lot of money. These dudes seen a lot of money. Everybody got that story. But my story was a little different. I had got kidnapped a couple of times because I was getting a lot of money. But I was young, dumb, and I had a whole bunch of money, and I didn't have anybody, as Denden was talking about, to navigate me and to show me what to do with that money. You feel what I'm saying? And so I couldn't stand God. I had a hatred for people who went to church. Matter of fact, it used to be pastors that used to come through, used to buy keys of coke from us. Deacons that used to spend money, the church's money. So I had a bad view of what church was and what who God was because of those who represented him. And so I was the type of person, Black Nile Valley books, Muslim, I used to read all that type of stuff. But it came a point in time, I was the one who used to talk you out of, if you believed in God, I was the one who talked you out of that white man religion. Because to me, that was a white man's religion. That was the religion that they used to control the slaves. So I went through all of that. But I'll never forget one day, I'm sitting at home, and I asked God, I said, God, if you real, show me. I want to know if you real. That was my prayer. I ain't go to church. I ain't walk down no aisle. I ain't wait till the preacher said stand up and all that type of stuff. I walked straight there. I asked God, I said, a simple prayer. If you real, show me who you are. My whole life changed dramatically. So for people who say he ain't real, I beg to differ. And I beg to differ on a major scale because I see God do things that was impossible. First of all, I didn't know that he had his hand on me my whole life. My whole life. God used to talk to me and I didn't know. I'm not supposed to be sitting, literally not supposed to be sitting in this chair on close call occasions. But God had his hand all over me and I just did. And I couldn't stand God. So he loved me when I didn't even love him. When I didn't even care about him, he loved me. And so what ends up happening is, right after that, I walked away. Now that I was getting money. I didn't walk away because I was broke. I didn't walk away because the feds was looking for us, which they was on our line. I didn't walk away for none of that. I walked away because God started to show me that he was real. And when I walked away, I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. Didn't know what I had never had a job before. I'm 20 some odd years old, never had a job. Matter of fact, I was the dude who didn't know how to fill out an application. I knew to count money, but I didn't know how to fill out a job application. Next thing you know, I asked God, I said, what am I going to do with my life? Like a bulb went off in my head and I started a clothing line. He started to introduce me to people who were in the clothing game. And I started a clothing line called Scrapers. I thought I was going to be a rapper. We were going to be a rapper at first. I was a little busy bone. They thought I was busy bone from Thugs and Bone Thugs and Harmony. And, when we was out in L.A., I played the part. I give them all of that, if it was going to get me the woman that night. But, for real though. So what ends up happening is I started a clothing line called Scrapers. God allowed that thing to take off. I ended up being in over 20 some odd stores, locations, celebrities wearing it and all that. But what happened to me was people used to always tell me, boy, you missed your calling. Like, what calling? I'm going to make $1 million. And I was on my way to becoming a millionaire before my whole life. Again, God he hit the brakes on me real quick. And what happens is in 2007, my store caught fire. You know how I caught fire? A bolt of lightning struck it. Shorts call that an act of God. You see how that turned out. But I didn't know what I was going to do. I had another store on Marble Pike. I had got behind. This is when the clothing game was taking a turn to what we see now, the tight clothes. You know what I'm saying? Tight clothes. That's what I'm calling little young with the tight clothes. And so what ends up happening is I get behind. I'll give you some real stuff. I got behind on my rent. I got behind on everything. And I was about to make a move. And God began to show me. Matter of fact, a young guy came to me. A young guy that I mentored, because I started mentoring guys in about 2000. About 2000, I started mentoring young men. One of the young guys who came to me said, God told me to tell you, you're going to shut down all your stores. You're going to shut down everything. You're going to start a church. And that's what's going to happen with you. I looked at the young guy, I'm like, man, I taught you. Arrogant, prideful. I'm like, man, I don't want to hear all that. I met another lady. The next lady told me, I never knew her. I didn't know her from Adam and Eve. She began to tell me the same thing. Didn't want to do it. By this time, I left the church where I was at. We ended up starting a Bible study. This guy right here, man, it used to just be me and you in Bible study sometimes. When a man is in place, not only does his family change, but his street changes. If he's doing the right thing. Not only does his street change, his community changes. You feel what I'm saying? And not only does his community change, but his city will change and the state will change. We got to understand that. See, these little youngins out here, this is what I do. A lot of people don't know this. I work in the foster care system, and I actually work closely with youngins in JRaz in DC. They're all these youngins who catching the charges, all of the youngins. They don't have no concept. And what I found out, you can't change yourself. If you could, you would have by now. Bottom line, all this you God and you the God, you're not God. You need something greater than you. I needed someone greater than me to help me, because I can't do it myself, because I would have. I was angry, I was insecure, I was jealous, I was all that stuff, and I defined my manhood by what I wore, what I drove, and how many girls I got. I was taught backwards. I was taught totally backwards. Your manhood starts with God. I got to give it to you just like that. It starts with Elohim. It starts with the Most High God. When he came into my life, I promise you that's when my whole life changed on a whole new trajectory. I didn't know how to treat women. I didn't know I was a womanizer. I did all that type of stuff. I've been married today 19 years in a row. And my wife don't have a mustache. So no. I'm just serious. Yeah, 17 years. And see, black men don't know how to be married. We don't know how to be married. Nobody taught me how to be a husband. Nobody taught me how to be a father. You feel what I'm saying? So I went through my whole life. You know that store called Build-A-Bear? I was trying to build a man. So if I like the way his swag, yeah man, I like the way he swag. I like the way he hold a cigarette. I like the way he macked the women. And so I bought all these things from a man because my father wasn't able to give me that. But see, what I had to learn is I got to go to God. And see, let me tell you something. If you got a car right now, how many of you bought new cars? No, I'm just for real. But you got a new car, right? With any new car you buy, you're going to have what in the glove box? And the manual will teach you how to do what? Tell you all about the car, right? So if your car break down, what would be what kind of car you like? What kind of car you like? Who got a car? Who got a car? Huh? You got a Mercedes? If that Mercedes break down, you got an S550, right? You got an S550. C50. He got the coupe jump. So that's what I'm talking. So if that was the breakdown, what's the best place to take it to get it fixed? Why? Because they built it. The Benz did it because they don't take it. See, back in the day, we used to take these Lexuses and all this stuff. We take it to little Joe and them around the corner. You know what I'm saying? And Joe doing his thing with the Lexus. He ain't got no Lexus tools or nothing. So he making your screws all stripped by the time you do take it to the shop. Because he done messed your stuff up. But what he said, the Benz dealer, because they made it. But see, we been made. God said you are fearfully and wonderfully made. But so when we break down, who do we go to?
The maker.
We should go to the maker. But see, we go to anything but our maker. We go to a bottle, we go to the smoking, that's what we go to, and I get it. I've been there, I've done that, I get it, and I'm not here to judge nobody. But God said, come to me. Let me fix you. Let me give you a manual. Let me give you the manual to teach you how to live. Because if we put here, because we're in a time where truth is subjective. And truth is what anybody wanted to be. We living in what you call a perverted society. Truth has become, put it like this, right has become wrong and wrong has become right. So what is the truth nowadays? How you want to live. And guess what? If everybody living by their own set of laws, come on, sister. And so we living in what we created, and that's chaos at the end of the day. What do I need? What do I need? All I'm saying is, if you don't know God, ask him, if you real God, show me. That's all I need from you. We're going to be in a community near you, from my hood to your hood. We're going to be in a community near you. That's what we do. We're going to come out. We're going to love on you. We got this thing that we call Can I Pray For You campaign. We just did it Saturday. What was that? Yesterday? We just did it yesterday down C Pleasant. I'm talking about, I used to think all that stuff on TV was fake. You know, I went to church when I first got saved. I'm fresh out the street dude trying to lay his hands on my head. Like, come on, man. Come on, get your hands on my head and all that. Trying to make me fall out and trying to make me do all that. I'm not with all that. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted God. You feel what I'm saying? And so, you know, I used to think all that Benny Hinn and all that stuff was fake. But I seen it in my life. When a guy who came from Nigeria touched my back, and I had chronic back pain and problem, and my back became healed. I didn't know. I thought this stuff was, I couldn't believe it. I'm all like this. I'm like, man, this stuff fake as I don't know what, man. This just didn't happen to me. And it happened. I know that God is real. Not because of a book, but because of what I experienced. God wants to take you to a place that's beyond pages.
Yes.
That he'll take you and show you who he is. And yesterday, I watched a young lady come with a limp, and by the time the end of the program, she was running around. I know God is real. So if I ask you anything, give God a chance.
When you started the store instead of starting the church.
Start the store, did I start the church? What?
No, did you finish the story because you stopped?
Yeah, it caught lightning.
Oh, it caught lightning. Yeah, it caught lightning and it caught on fire. And so from there, that's when I got my first job ever. Say he filled out an application. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, I filled out an application. And I got my first job ever. And it was working. We worked in Johnson Middle School. So we started working with the kids around Southeast, off of Stanton Road, all that area. And so went from there. We ended up doing C-Sosa. We moved on. So now, yeah, that's what happened. And so started the church 2014. We actually started from a Bible study in a basement. And so that's what it was about. So now I branched off. I got another t-shirt line. As you can see, that's actually the name of the t-shirt line. And so we just doing what I do, sell clothes, love on people, because that's money. Let me tell you something. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And until we get out there and show, actually, as all these brothers just displayed and they just talked about, you got to show love. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you this, and I'm going to leave it off here. The black dollar, right? They said, is there any such thing as the black dollar? I'm going to mess with you guys. Is it? Yeah. But I'm going to show you who got some money in their pocket. You. No, who got some money in their pocket? I don't know. You guys got some money? Huh? Just lay it at the front. Like, nah, I'm just joking. Say, nah. But look on your dollar. Pull your dollar out your pocket. Pull your dollar out your pocket. Huh? No, I ain't gonna pay. Yeah, it's worthless, right? But look on your dollar and see who face you see. Who face on your dollar? Show me a dollar with a black face on it and I'll show you black money. We better understand what true wealth is. I walked into a place in Laurel, Maryland that's not there no more. You know why it's probably not there no more? There's too many black people who are starting to find out about it. Silver and gold, buddy. We gotta understand dollars is worthless. True wealth is land. How many of us own land? You gotta get land. You gotta start. Let me tell you something. It's bigger than what we even can think or imagine. So when I tell these youngins, let's come together. Let's come together. Who said I believe in boycott? Let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I believe. If we boycott one Chinese restaurant, I'm gonna mess with y'all today. She don't even know this part of me. She don't even know this part about me. One restaurant for a whole year, what you think gonna happen? It's gonna shut down. What happens to that real estate? Who can get it now? Because I know us, we ain't going to totally boycott all Chinese restaurants. So you just go to Mama Son up on Central Avenue. So you just go to that one, but you leave that one. See, we got to start thinking at the end of the day, which we really don't think. This is what I deal with youngins with, critical thinking skills. We have to have critical thinking skills and understand and know who you are. Because your true histories, and most of us, our true histories has been here. You think, I hail from Virginia. My people come from Ohio. You know what I'm saying? That's the furthest we go back. Who was you before you came over here? And where did you come from? We don't even know. See, I got a shirt because I started understanding who I was. Me, I'm from South. My people hail from South America. My grandfather is one of the. You can watch. Just did an interview with him. I didn't know until I was 24 years old that my grandfather was one of the Black Tuskegee Airmen. He's still living today. I never knew that. He came from South America. His people are from, so I think I'm Quito or something like that down in South America. Yeah, probably my wife told me she liked me because she thought I was Spanish. So, I'm just for real though. She did tell me that. So what ends up happening is, I didn't understand how we got to who we are today. I'm learning more and more about my heritage. Let me tell you something. I think my sister hit it. Until we start truly calling out on a true and living God, ain't nothing for us going to really change. You can't fight him at his war because he creates money. So if the day he say it's $1, tomorrow, let me tell you something. I got a good friend of mine who works in the banking system. You know what they fighting for, what they planning on doing right now? See, we only know what's now. You got to look for what's the next 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 years ahead. Cryptocurrency. They fighting for how money will be what money will look like in the next 10 to 20 years. It will not look the way that you think it's going to look. It's going to look totally different. We behind the 8-ball. We behind the 8-ball, people, and we got to get out front to understand. I need you. You talking about community? Community comes in unity. Unity comes in common union. We must have a common goal to get back out and build our community. If that's what we're gonna, that's what our plan was. It is. Got to come together in love. Got to come together in love. I always tell them like this: you can't put a price tag on what I do. You ain't got enough money to pay me for what I'm truly worth. You do not have enough. I look for my repayment. Good and well done, my true and faithful servant from the one above. Crowd to your God. Notice, we ain't nothing but in the modern day Egypt. This is nothing but modern day Egypt. You got to understand, everything is set up already after Egypt. We in a Roman Greco system, which a Roman Greco system actually stole from Egypt. When you go back and you look at all this stuff, they tell you that the 12 tribes were lost. Well, where did they get lost at? Where they go at? You better know who you is. You better know. That's all I can tell you at the end. And crowd to your God so he can deliver. Because what I hear all these people, we gonna go to war. You ain't going to war with nobody. Trust me, you ain't going to war with nobody. You ain't going to war with nobody. You better crowd to your God and watch how he change things. Amen. I'm gonna leave it right there.
I personally don't know who you want to ask how can y'all help. I personally don't know how y'all can help because I don't have like a organization or anything like that. But I would just ask that if you run to somebody younger, or I'm 30, people look at me like I'm still like 15, 16, 17 and everything. But it's cool and it's good. You know, because when I get older, I'm still going to look this. I ain't need that. But a friend of mine, she was supposed to come today, and I've known her for maybe 8 years now, and she's one of the type of people that some people would look at as weird because they don't understand, but if you understand, she's a cultural type of person. For the last 2 years, I don't know how she brings in her income, the income that she needs to really support herself and, live and everything. But for the last 2 years, 6 days a week, she's out on the corner from 2 to 7. She's made it a job of hers to be out on the corner from 2 to 7, selling books and artwork out of her trunk. So every now and then I'll go past, hit her, hey, what you doing? Outside, man, I'm outside. I'm like, alright, what you doing outside? At first when she used to say, I'm like, you ain't that type of person to be outside like that. What you doing? You want to get yourself hurt out there. You need to go in the house or something. She like, no, you need to come out here with me. I'm not, listen, I don't do that stuff no more. That was back in the day. I'm trying, go other places. But now I actually went out there with her. And it's so much stuff that you see. I was out there with her for an hour. And I seen so many people with so many different addictions. So many kids out there that are addicted to drugs early. Like, we have a market down in Baltimore. We call it Lexington Market, where you can find a lot of the addicts that'll be, you know how people talk about, like, they dope, excuse my language, but dope fiends, and they hang in, and, you know, I seen somebody, and it hurt my heart because I knew him when he was about 11. And, like I said, I'll be 30 this year, so he has to be maybe 17 now. And I walked into Marshall's, go try to find me a shirt, and he was leaning like this, like, he was gone. I didn't even recognize him. I just noticed him because the security was standing there, and another lady was standing there tapping him. Come on, son, you need to go home. You need to go home. And he not budging. So I just happened to walk out the door, and the security like, Miss, can you help me? You think you young? You look like you're around maybe his age. Can you talk to him? And I look. And this the dude that used to be around my way that I knew when he was like 11 years old. And it's like, it's sad because they think, oh, I'm out here popping this perk, and I'm out here taking 30s, and I'm taking this, I'm taking that, and it's cool, but you was doing it at 11, taking 30 milligrams to 60 milligrams to 90 milligrams, and you still chasing that high. So once you're done with the pills, where you going to go now? You're going to go to heroin. And that's where he at. 17 years old. And he slumped like, I'm talking to him. Yeah, oh, what's up? Open your eyes. Like, you can't even see. To the point, so I tried to take him. I'm like, look, man, come on, wait, you still don't run away. He can't even talk to me for me to even know where to take him to. So it's like, at that point, what am I supposed to do? So I tried to stay around a little long, you know, get us out the guy, whatever. I took him out the store because everybody in the store just kept, you know, hounding him. And I'm like, you know, I take care of him. Just go away. I left him out. I told him, you know, get yourself together. Took him to the little shopping, the little food court area. Got him something to drink. Told him to get himself together. Gave him my number. Like, look, when you sober up, give me a call. Whatever I gotta do, we figure something out, and we try to get you together. But it's just so sad because you see that more and more now. I personally was locked up. I was locked up in 2011, and I came home almost the end of 2000. Well, I got out locked up in 2010. Came home July 2012. July 7th. July 6th. July 5th and 6th, my little cousin kept coming to my house. Kept coming to my house. Bree, when you gonna come? You ain't been home. I want to spend time with you. This and the third. I said, all right, look, I got a baby. I'll drop the baby off. I'll come spend a night with you, a couple nights. July 6th, he came to my house 6 o'clock in the morning. Hey, cuz, let me get some shorts. And let me take my pants. All right, cool. Look in the closet. I'm going to call you tonight when I drop the baby off and come stay the night with you. Couldn't get the babysitter, nothing like that. So 6:30 in the morning, I'm getting a phone call from his mom saying, rush to the hospital. He's been shot. Police shot him 3 times in the back. Now, as close as you see that food, I don't know, it's a seafood or whatever it is right here, that's where the hospital was. From where we are now, from where he got shot at. Where they shot him. They left him in the gutter and let him bleed out. When a friend of his ran over to help him, they told her that they would lock her up if she tried to help. He was 21 years old. That was in 2012. Since 2012, they just getting younger and younger and younger. They died.
Those were in charge of Washington Teachers Union. I've since retired from the District of Columbia. Taught for 54, 57 years. And my son-in-law would say, I'm going to be saying 55 years. A little bit later, whatever. Because I'll forget. I don't even know if I
Two.
the class for teacher boys.
I don't need it.
Teacher boys. But I just want to say that I really and truly have enjoyed today's session. And I thank you all for having me. Because it's what I thought that we needed all along. And I was about to give up until I was invited to come to your event. And I felt very strongly about this. I think we've been to 3 churches today, whatever. But we were a little bit later than I think he told us the time. But I knew that something like this would really help. And I appreciate you talking to us to tell us things that have actually happened. See, I believe that that is a problem with where we are at this particular day, is that we don't tell each other, like I say. We could have less problems in families if we will share with each other the trials and tribulations that we've had in the very beginning. And I'd just like to say a few words. People do not understand what young people go through with.
Come on.
I taught school all my life. I would have it no other way. And I will work for students no matter what. Teachers don't make a large salary. But you have never heard anybody say that a teacher spent every dime to send 12 students to school out of the District of Columbia. You would never hear that because we never talked about it. I just said to the students, you're going to go. But you have to go to my alma mater because I can get them. No, I wanted them to be on the road, anyway. But I needed a place that would assist me in helping those students get to school. And I never talked about it. They denied, they say whatever they want to say. And last week I had a meltdown about that because I said students do not know truly what we go through to get them involved in a situation that gets them to moving forward. That's why I was glad you finally spoke out. I kept looking over there at you. And but I think it's important that we have these kinds of sessions, Mr. Rascoe. Don't try to hide.